vaccine.
You see right there, Rachel Dekavich, number 3 in the MAC in the all-around.
Yeah, she's coming off her career high from last weekend. She went 39.425, and so she hits today. She's going to be putting up some big numbers and leading Kent State.
5 foot 1 inch keg of dynamite. Eastern will counter with number 2 in the MAC in the all-around, Reza Boris.
Yeah, she has been stellar for Eastern this season. She has only missed one routine, fallen on one routine all season long. She's been consistent, and she is an awesome athlete.
You take a look there, her vault, which has a higher element of difficulty now in it, challenging herself, trying to pick up maybe a few extra points for her team. As she goes, pretty much goes the rest of the team. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes, I mean, she is a leader on this team, and so we expect her to go and have a good meet for the Eagles.
And there we mentioned Ella Dover. Going purple for Ella. Team celebrating her today. She signed in 2016. They were thinking for maybe 2-3 years. This is year number 6, and I know she loves this team as much as they love her.
Yeah, she's been part of the team. She actually signed a letter of intent, and she has been with the team for 6 years now, 6 seasons. So that is so fun that she gets to be a part of the Eagles.
Parents Brian and Lisa, they were feverishly working away in the lobby as you come in here today. But her first day of practice, we were told she was having a tough day. She came to practice for nearly 4 hours and didn't have a single seizure. And that is something. She has plugged into this team as much as they have her. Just in time for the buzzer, which means we're live. Time to get it on. Eastern Michigan and Kent State. Eagles have really woulda, coulda, shoulda in the last 2 meets. Let's take a look at the lineups for today. There have been 2 or 3 that you can count on every single week, but there have been a few that have been rotating in and out. So we'll wait to take a peek at them. But again, Kristen, that goes with both coaches' philosophy. Show me something in practice during the week. If you hit during the week, you can almost plan on counting on being in the lineup on Sunday.
Yeah, you know, Katie said that she puts her lineups up depending on what athletes hit during the week. And so right now we've got an awesome team, vault team going right now. Last weekend, Eastern, they actually have their season high. So
there you see Kent State. They're going to start on the bars, and that's traditionally their strength as well. So you want to get out to a good start here if you're both squads on events that you anticipate scoring well on.
Nice vault. Nice Yurchenko tucked full from Sofia Rios.
Good look there, and as her team comes down to the end of the runway to swarm her, a lot of energy here this afternoon. Then we'll take a look at the bars. Kent State about to start on arguably their best event.
You know, Kent State is actually a floor team, and so last weekend they had to count a fall.
Yes.
So we're looking for them to hopefully hit today.
Sips is starting here.
Nice pack solto there. Oh, and handstand right on top of the bar. And here we go.
Winding up for a strong dismount.
Line full, double tuck. Nice, nice routine, nice hit, and a nice start for Kent State over on bars.
So we switch back now to Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, here we go with Ella.
Shamati taking a deep breath, trying to psych herself up. Taking a look at a pretty strong average on vault. My partner needing to stand to see on the other side of the horse. You do whatever you have to do today, all right?
Yeah, the angle right now isn't the best, but
as a former gymnast, what do you stand in at now?
5'7".
Okay, that's tall.
That's tall for a gymnast, that's for sure. It wasn't very powerful, I'll tell you that.
Don't go poor boying it. As a matter of fact, we have a package of her power coming up in the broadcast later today, folks.
Vault was not my event, I'll tell you that.
I didn't do the editing, I just announced over.
Here we go, she's gonna do it. Yurchenko full. Nice.
Strong.
Nice vault for Ella.
See her season high there, a 9.725.
Yeah, she's going to go right about that.
Coach gives us a smile as she walks up the runway, just kind of Cadillacing it a little bit.
The Eagles are starting off good.
That's kind of the swagger, though, when you are an Olympic alternate. You want your team to have, there's a certain amount of expectation. Hey, we expect to do that versus energy for something that you did above and beyond. How fine a line is that?
I don't know, but she's a legend. Katie Minnesota, she was an Olympic alternate for the 96 games, and I'm kind of fangirling over here because I grew up with her, and I actually competed against her, and yeah, fangirl over here.
Up next on the bar is Olivia Amodai. Season average. Yep. It's okay, that's why the monitor's there for you. We'll get a look at her opportunity to shine here this evening. Season high 9.825. Stands in at 5'2".
Here we go with the Tkachev. You see Bryce standing in there for her shoot over to hand. Here we are winding up with the dismount. Nice handstand on top of the bar. No deduction there. Blindfold, double tuck. Nice
She stuck
stick.
it.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that smile. As an athlete, you know when you nailed it,
Oh, yeah.
don't you?
When you stick the landing, that's just like icing on the cake, right? And Kent has started strong over on bars, so they are definitely redeeming themselves from last weekend.
Both teams feeling it to open things up. Here's Emma Lewis.
Nice. There's a little steps after on that landing there, but the vault in the air was huge.
Take a look at the score for EMU on the vault. They're still waiting for the tally to come up for Kent on the bars. There's an energy here this afternoon that I don't remember the last broadcast we did against Ball State. There's just a little something extra here.
Well, both these teams are looking to hit. I mean, I talked to Bryce and I talked to Katie, and both of them are wanting to go 4 for 4, meaning they want to hit all 4 events. You know, they've had a meet where they've hit 3 events, right? And so you want to hit all 4 to get your big score.
We'll flip back over to the other side of the arena here. Kent State waiting for the go sign on this bar routine. Bryce, boy, does he look like a drill sergeant right there?
Dude, he's intense, but he's focused, and from the last meet, he really wants to do good on bars. And so now we're 3rd athlete up. Remember, 6 athletes go up, 5 scores count.
Ella Dover, we mentioned the purple meet in her honor, honorary team member, and there she is. Hey there, cutie. Nice purple ears, and now she sees herself up on the Jumbotron, and it's amazing how everybody wants to be her friend now. What a tremendous story by this young lady.
She's styling too with that purple.
Yep. 17, she signed on 7 years ago. Pardon me, 6 years ago.
6 years ago,
at
yeah.
11 years of age, and now she's 17. And they were thinking, oh, we'll do it for maybe 2-3 years. Try over twice that.
Yeah, her mom, it's been like a family atmosphere, she said. I talked to her mom the other day. Really awesome experience that she's had with the team.
Her mom's a little feisty herself. She could be a gymnast right now. Grab her a uniform. You see right now, Nastia Rudneskaya, a 5'3" freshman, finally given the green light to head to the bars.
A little arch on that handstand, but she pulled it back. Nice pike Gager. Right down the pack, Salter. Nice 2 releases. If she can get this on her feet, this is a pretty nice routine for Kent State.
Winding up for a dismount.
Here we go, double A. Oh,
wow.
And she got the landing.
Yes,
nice
she did.
job.
Where you see smiles, and there's
And
a little fire.
You're going to hear the build from this team because they've gone 3 up, you know, and they hit 3 routines. So they're already doing better than last week.
Wow, tremendous.
Oh, and here we got Molly Paris. Molly Paris was a MAC champion 2 seasons ago on this event.
Strong approach.
Oh, nice in the air, yeah.
Very well done.
That was great. You could see why she was a MAC champion on vault.
And coach making her Cadillac stroll down the walkway. She's a little cash today.
But look at those leotards. Now, back in my day, they were not that sparkly. Velour velvet the crushed velvet was the thing back in the day.
Not to say you're dating yourself, but I'm sure you made it look
no
good.
No bling. There was no bling, I'm telling you. These girls are styling out here.
Up next, Kendall Gilbert on the bars for Kent State.
This is my favorite athlete, actually, to watch on bars for Kent State.
Very strong.
You will see her amplitude in her release moves. She's super clean, or tight, as we like to say.
See her season high, darn near perfect, 9.98. I don't believe in the broadcaster's jinx, but
I'm calling it. This is gonna be good.
There are certain athletes where you just kind of expect are givens, right? Even if they have what by their standards might be an off day, they're still going to be better than probably 7, 8 out of 10. And Kendall Gilbert on the bars is one of those for Kent State.
Yeah, I mean, if she hits, this is going to be a nice score. And so that's what we're going to be looking for.
Just saw an EMU vault update there. Molly Paris with a 9.70. So
yeah, they're taking just deductions on landings right now. That vault for your Chinko Full is only out of a 9.95. So they're taking about a 10 for the landing.
Gilbert waiting the go signal here.
You know, sometimes that can be nervous, just waiting for, the judges to catch up here.
What are you doing in that situation? Are you relaxing? Are you staying focused? Or a combination?
It depends on the athlete. I mean,
as we sit and wait, you see her head coach.
There's Bryce right there. 30 seasons over at Kent State. He's kind of a legend, too.
He is the dean of the Mid-American Conference. And you take a look at the results that his teams have performed, tremendous.
Yeah, he's actually made it to nationals with Kent State, and they finished up 12th. I think one of the only MAC schools to make it to nationals. So that's kind of awesome.
Well, when you figure how difficult it is for northern teams, Midwestern teams, I'm not going to sit here and play the cards are stacked against them card, but it is difficult.
It is, and here she goes. Ah, yes, I'm looking forward to this routine. Just Tkachev. See, I told you. Huge Tkachev. All she's got to do is put this to her feet. Nice handstand. Perfect. Nice. And she kind of shimmied back, but sometimes they call that the college stick. Sometimes they'll take it, and usually in the north they take it. So
one strong performance after another on the bars for Kent State.
Raisa Boris.
She has changed the difficulty of her vaults.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Now, that's the best one I've seen her do. She does a full-on tuck off. And the hard part with that is she's twisting onto the vault. Awesome vault for her. And I didn't see if she stayed in the lines. Could you see, Brett?
I think you know what, from our angle, it's tough to see because we're partially screened out. I'm not sure if we can get a replay of it or not. I think she might have, but I'm not 100% sure.
So what they do is they take a 3/10 deduction, or up to a 3/10.
Better look on this replay.
Yeah, here we go.
She did.
Oh, she stayed in.
Yep.
So what they did, the judges can take up to 3/10 of a directional deduction, but she didn't have any deduction on the direction.
That is great camera work, by the way, from 3 different angles. Our crew is doing a fantastic job.
This vault is also out of a 9.95.
That's going to earn her a pretty high mark, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, she might be close to her career high. We'll see.
This will be Sarah Haxton up next on the bars for Kent. You see the difference between the average and the season high. She clearly nailed it during one meet. That average a little bit lower than I'm sure she would probably like, but the key here is consistency, right? Each week you would expect to be better than the previous.
Oh yeah, we're in the back half of the season now, so. You see Bryce standing back there.
He hides in plain sight, doesn't he?
And that's a straddle Jaeger. This is Kent's first fall. So we just really, they just want to hit one more routine.
Take a look at it from a different angle. Now, you do have the option as an athlete here. Do you want to retry the same element, or do you move on?
You move on.
She says that with a wry smile.
I mean, I would move on. He's going to put her up on the bar, and she'll continue on.
And right now, how do you regroup mentally when something like that happens to you?
I mean, I used to get really ticked off. And
I get that vibe from you, just sitting here next to you. Decades later.
So here we are, and I would just, yeah, she's continuing on. She does her bail, and then she'll just go ahead and do her dismount. And you still want to do a good routine.
Sure.
You want to be as good as you can be here at the end. And try to get this landing. Nice double layout. Good routine. Unfortunate that she missed that Jaeger. Oh, and this is my favorite ball from Eastern, the anchor. Alana Fisher.
Switching back, Alana Fisher.
Here we go, watch this. Her warm-ups were amazing. Oh yeah, do you see that height?
Tremendous.
That was awesome.
That actually brings a smile from Coach. Check this out.
You know, she's only a sophomore too. So we've got a couple years of this awesome vault.
Future looking very bright.
Oh, Katie, Coach Katie, man, she is in her 5th season. She's actually a native of Grand Rapids, so I am so excited to see her back here and coaching the Eagles.
Styling in those purple hearted shades, as are the entire assistant coaching staff. I don't know about you, I didn't get a pair of those. Did you have to ask for them? Or?
I have a boa, a purple boa. Do you want that?
I think it would look better on you than me, thank you.
I don't know. I think you need more purple.
I've got the tie. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I
actually
think you
went
need
out
more.
to buy this, by the way, too. Did not have a purple tie in my wardrobe. As we move from fashion to gymnastics, Rachel DeCavich, we were keeping an eye on her. Look at that average, look at that season high. There's no surprise why she's in the top 5 in the all-around.
She's very consistent and clean. You see that 8.8 back there from the last gymnast. So right now we're just looking for Kent to hit this bar routine.
Looking at one of the best in the MAC. We've got 2 of them going head-to-head against each other in DeCavich and Racing Boris for Eastern.
Nice. Right down the pack. You'll see a lot of pack soltos. Half pirouette. And then she'll gear up for her dismount. Nice. Up right on top of the bar.
Wow.
And she gets a landing too. So they hit 5 routines.
Tremendous job from their anchor on the bar.
And she has 3 more events too, so I can't wait. She's got a big floor routine coming up, so.
Again, DeCavich, I want to call her, she was a 2nd team All-MAC last year. They were so loaded. Now her time to really take over and shine this season, and she has not shied away from it.
And she's a senior. Yeah. I mean, we only got a couple more meets left of the season, and the MACs are actually at Kent State this year, so.
Now, Eastern is finished with their vault. We are being told Kent State has 1, or is it 2 exhibitions? So they are not quite finished just yet, so we will keep it here.
These exhibition slots are so important to keep athletes ready.
Let's take a look at how Eastern fared as we wait for the last of the bar routines for Kent State. Eastern, 48-3-7-5. Taking a look at the results there, your thoughts?
You know, it's a little low for the vaults that I did see. But, you know, vault isn't their strongest event. The next 3 events are going to be, you know, bars and beam are going to be where they really shine.
I'm looking at one in particular. I don't know if you noticed Boris's score, but a 9.675. That one stuck out as maybe a little low. Do you agree?
A little low. Could have gone 9.7. And here we go with the exhibition routine. And like I said, this is very important for these athletes to stay fresh. If they're coming off an injury. Nice routine.
Boy. Well, depth is a great problem to have as a coach.
Yeah, they usually, last weekend they put up eight athletes on bars. So we'll see if they have another exhibition or not.
Waiting to see. I believe there might be one more. Yes, it looks like there is.
I was talking to Brett earlier about the hardest event to transition into a big arena would be the uneven bars. The ceiling is really high and the lights are above you. And when you're swinging around the bar, the high bar, you see those lights above you, and it's a unique experience.
What's your focus point in that situation?
And so, you know, the coach will put up their arm, you know, for their dismounts, and you'll see your eyes kind of focus on that. But you kind of just adjust to it. When you're swinging around the bars, you know, you just adjust to the ceiling and the height. And sometimes they're bouncier. The bars are bouncier in the arena. We go with another Straddle Jaeger. And it's really awesome that they can put up 8 athletes.
This is Maya Migliore wrapping things up.
Another double A.
Almost. So close.
She just put her hands down. That was a great routine up until that point.
So our first rotation is in the books. Everybody will switch out. Rotation number 2 when we come back. Don't go anywhere. We've got a tight one through the first apparatus for both teams. Today's match between EMU and Kent State is brought to you by DTE Energy, leading the way to a cleaner, safer, and smarter energy future. And the Eastern Insider Podcast with Alex Jewell and Greg Steiner. Catch new episodes every Monday night at 5 on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and more.
Sunday, February 26th, we are hosting our annual Purple Meet in honor of Ella Dover. We are so excited to have this meet, and it is all because of this beautiful young woman who's joined our team 7 years ago, and she's just hold a special place in our heart that really impacts us in such a positive way.
Well, Ella Dover has been with Eastern Gymnastics even before I was a gymnast here at Eastern, and I remember there's just this joy and happiness about her that was so cool to see, because even in the midst of like her circumstances, she was still so smiley and so joyful.
Once I got here, I just immediately fell in love with her, Brian and Lisa. Like, their family is always, and always has been, and always will be a part of our EMU family.
Ella Dover is just an amazing little girl who is always smiling and just brings so much light and joy to everyone who meets her and knows her.
The purpose of the Purple Meet is just to raise awareness about epilepsy, and it just shows everyone like how much fight Ella has in her.
And when you come in and you see Ella and what she faces day in and day out, and she does it with a smile on her face, and it just makes them understand that there's so much more to life than gymnastics, and just to be grateful.
It's really cool how we're doing the alumni meet and the Ella meet together, because it really just shows how much of an impact Ella has had on the people throughout all of Eastern Gymnastics. I know we really have a relationship with her, and that relationship will continue on even after we're done here at Eastern doing gymnastics.
So Ella, Lisa, and Brian are an amazing part of our family and our EMU Gymnastics family. And this girl is just the true epitome of strength and fight. And epilepsy is messed with the wrong girl. Ella is just tough. Elbows, we love you, Ella.
You hit 5. You hit 5 routines.
As we welcome you back, Bryce Boris coming over to talk with my color announcer. Gymnastic ties run strong. You are the dean, sir. You are the dean of the MAC. We appreciate you coming over and chatting with us.
Oh, shoot.
Look at this. You want to take a trip down memory lane. This is Kristen now Borg, then Grassetti in her time in an Eagle uniform.
Oh, yeah. Oh, those are my girls. Yes.
That is scholarship material right there, ladies and gentlemen. Scholarship material. Now, are we going to get a chance to see her in action here?
No, I can't even do a cartwheel anymore. I'll pull a groin or something.
We're not asking you to compete now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Those were the days. Those were the glory days.
How about some highlights from the first rotation here? Would you be satisfied with that?
Okay.
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 As long as you're happy with that.
Yeah, let's get off that picture, please.
First rotation, Eastern coming out in the vault and had some very strong performances.
Yeah, you know, the scoring is a little tight. I'm a little biased. I think they score pretty tight in the MAC. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but, you know, the routines were great. Each team put up 5, routines and kind of hit their events.
Look, it's nip and tuck right now, as you see in your lower right-hand corner there, and actually Eastern with a very slight lead, but now you got to continue that, right? That's what you talked about. It's not enough to hit once or twice. You've got to be consistent.
Yeah, so we're looking for them to hit again. I know Kent State is going to put up pretty awesome vaults, and, you know, Eastern, too, they're second. They put up the second highest score in the MAC on bars, so, you know, they can score 49. They have the potential for that.
Is that a mental game you play with yourself as you take a look at the vault results there?
No, it's not. You know, when you're a gymnast, the coaches tell you you can only control what you're, doing, competing. You can't control scores, so you don't even really think about it. The coaches kind of, they're like, oh, it's going to be a tight meet, or it's going to be, a low-scoring meet.
And that's what I was getting at. That's what I was asking. As you take a look at the bars lineup now for Eastern. Not so much that you're worried about scores, judges, but staying in the moment. There's that rare combination, if you want to call it, of energy and adrenaline, but yet focus. And when you put those two together, that's when you have great performances.
Correct. You hit the nail on the head there.
My question is, how do you continue to do that? You switch from one apparatus to another. You move from one rotation to another.
It's so fast, you're not even thinking.
Really?
I'm telling you. It's you just move. You just go. Your body, you've been training all week. Again, these athletes, they train 20 hours a week. Their muscle memory is amazing. And so you're just moving. It's a unique experience.
There's a future Eagle, most likely. Take a look at the series history here. Last matchup, Eastern Michigan fell rather significantly. That was back in March of last year. Kent State has really, I don't want to say owned this rivalry, but that's a pretty dominant record. But Eastern Michigan right now, through one rotation, has a slight lead. Can they keep it up?
Oh, here we go. Our first vaulter. Olivia Amade, here she goes. Nice vault. Yes.
Pretty strong to start.
Yeah, and you'll see that from Kent State all the way through their lineup. They'll have 6 Yurchenko pulls.
Just kind of get the feeling that every single rotation we're going to see a steady increase of intensity and scoring here this afternoon. That's what you want.
Yeah, it kind of builds. And here we got Molly Paris over on the even bars, also another senior. And here we go with that fun mountain I was talking about. Watch her clip her heel a little at her foot.
Warming up.
Yeah.
She did several practice runs, and she nailed the last one almost perfectly.
Her Ganger release move. Shoulder to hand. And here we wind up for her double layout. Nice.
Well, not a bad way to start,
I was going to say, way to start. That was awesome.
Well, just what we were talking about. Kent State's first vault, Eastern Michigan's first bar routine. Raise the bar, both literally and figuratively. Up next on the vault, this is Bryn Sipsis.
Oh, yeah. These are nice vaults. And she has the space buns on today. Did you notice that? The
Yep.
hairdo?
Yep.
Space buns. That took her to space. That was huge.
Doesn't necessarily increase your difficulty, but
I mean, you're not judged on hair, but
you should get style
she
points,
wins,
right?
Yeah, she wins for the hair alone. That was a huge vault. When I say huge, the block off the table was high.
So up next on the bars, it's Hannah Hartung.
Oh yeah, and she just got married
Yes, congratulations.
to Vinny Magnuson. I might mess that up, but he is a track athlete here and brought home a couple MAC championships this weekend. So, 2 athletes got married. Wouldn't know anything about that. Just kidding.
You know, you're trying to lead me down a road that I'm just not going to take an off-ramp for. Thank you. Waiting for the green
I'm
light
joking
here.
because I married a track athlete.
All right, now she's ready.
Here she goes. It's called a kale hop to a Jaeger, straddle Jaeger. Nice. Oh,
Good transition.
yeah, nice shoot over to hand, and she's going to finish off with a double layout as well. We just got to get this handstand up. Oh, right on top of the bar.
Good lines.
Yep. Double layout. Oh, just a tiny step, but that was an awesome routine
Excellent,
from
though.
Hannah.
Look at Coach.
Yeah, she's
Careful,
happy.
she's about to bust a bicep applauding. Picking up where they left off on the vault. First 2 routines on the bars for Eastern Michigan strong. Here's Kennedy Wimpert.
Another Yurchenko full. Oh, clean landing. So they must be working on their landings over
Yeah.
at Kent. You know what's interesting is both coaches say they're going to update their gym, their training facility to possibly get foam pits so they can upgrade their vaults.
Right now it is paying dividends for Kent State. 3 strong vaults in 3 attempts.
Yeah. Let's see what they've been scoring here.
Refreshing our
Oh, yeah.
notepad. Well, up next, Anna Grace McCullough. Picture of strength. Just a very powerful athlete.
Yeah, and she's a taller athlete. So it can be harder, you know, to swing on the bars. I was 5'7". I loved the uneven bars, but yeah, you got to pike down more on your tap. But she has such perfect technique that it doesn't matter. And we just want her to get the landing, the double front. She's got one of the hardest landings in the NCAA. Hardest dismount, so let's take a look. She's so clean and right on top of the bar. Pike Jaeger to bail and shoot over. And then this is what I'm talking about. Right
This is
here.
where she's going to make her money.
I know. And you see Michaela Stuckey standing there. Oh, she got it!
Blind landing,
Yes.
and look at that. Could she have done that any better
No.
if she tried it
No,
99 more
I would
times?
give her the stick. I would give her the stick on that.
Tremendous.
Yes. Oh, I lied. There's another space buns for Kent. Look, she's going to go.
This is Zoe Rankin.
Oh, nice vault. They're all identical. Every vault.
And they're nailing them.
Yeah, they're now. They're getting good scores. Clean vaults, consistent. That's what Kent State's known for. Their power, consistency.
You'd never know by looking at his reaction, would you?
No.
Coach Biggin right now is all business. All business. Well, up next on the bars for Eastern Michigan, I believe it's going to be Trinity Macy.
Yep. She is the transfer from Pitt.
She is a gamer. She knows when the lights are on.
And when I talked to Katie, she said she actually removed the tape from her feet and it actually changed her lines, meaning the extension on her feet. And so you'll see how smooth she looks and swings, and just removing the tape helped that.
Been battling a bit of an injury. Deep breath.
And Coach Katie actually is the head coach over on bars.
The Eastern's had 3 pretty solid performances. Macy trying to continue that.
Another blind pass to Pike Yeager. And when you pike that skill, it is a lot harder than straddling. There we wind up for her double layout. Handstand on top of the bar. No deductions there.
The release.
Oh, just
My
a tiny
goodness.
hop. Nice
Small,
routine.
minimal deduction there.
Minimal.
Waiting for the scores
Oh,
to
this
be.
is my favorite athlete. Sorry, Ben. I got excited.
As we play Stream of Consciousness Thought with Kristen here, she's letting herself know Kendall Gilbert's her favorite.
Look at that. Oh, she flared
Wow.
it open. So when you flare that ball open like that, that means it's super easy for you. Like she could add, when I talked to Bryce, he was saying that she can do a 1.5, which is out of a 10.0 start value. So maybe next season we'll see the upgrade.
All smile. She looks pleased with that performance.
That was huge.
Well, Kent State just very strong on the vault so far.
Yeah, I saw a little smirk from Bryce there.
He did smile, I think the biggest smile of the afternoon so far, when he saw the throwback picture of our color announcer, Kristen Hoare,
Man, no.
and her time at Eastern back in 2000 through 2004. All right, you wanted to see Hayden Cross, and we weren't sure if
we weren't
she was
sure,
going
yeah.
to participate. She's been dealing with a little bit of a shoulder issue, but she's going here.
Oh, nice. Right in his and here on this release move, it's called a Takachev. She has one of the biggest Takachevs I've ever seen. Nice. All we have to do is get this landing.
And last element to complete. She's winding it up.
Oh,
Wow!
nice routine from Hayden.
Boy, both teams after the first rotation, we talked about maintaining consistency and then possibly raising your level of performance. Right now, I think we're seeing it from both.
Yeah, this has been an awesome rotation for both teams.
And here comes your 5'1" keg of dynamite, Rachel DeCavich. Number 3 in the MAC in the all-around. We'll see what she's got for us here this afternoon on vault.
Another nice vault.
Yep. Slight
Small.
half step, but not
Small
much.
step. I mean, I might give that a 10th deduction. That's the only deduction I saw.
So as Kent State celebrates, we'll take a look at it. Good camera work there from the inside version of it. And on the bars, we've got one last one that will count in competition. They will have an exhibition. This is Raisa Boris, number 2 in the
Again,
Mid-American Conference in
Those
the all-around.
mounts right there are harder than they look. These athletes make these routines look simple, and they are not. And she's gonna do a full out for her dismount. Tuck full out. Double tuck here. Oh, nice.
Man,
There's a reason she's there.
her coach likes it. Her teammates like it. We got some energy here this afternoon.
I know, that was a nice rotation for Eastern.
And I believe this is going to be Grace Weary as an exhibition for Kent State on the vault.
Oh, Yurchenko half. That was huge too.
High start value.
9.95. That was a great ball from their exhibition routine.
Kyrie Lowe is going to be performing on the bars next for Eastern in an exhibition.
Yeah, and she has one of those unique dismounts, the double front, which I think that's been giving her a little bit of problem. Here's Bryce.
Calling his team over.
Yeah, grouping them up. So here's Kyrie, and see if she can get this dismount today.
See Her teammates hanging around, just trying to pump her up.
You know, they do these mounts where they jump over the bar. There's a requirement where you can only do one squat on where your feet touch the bar. And so that's why they do that mount. There's a pack solto. Again, these routines will look a lot alike because the requirements, it's like, you know, you can't do a 5-minute bar routine, your arms will fall off. So she gets it.
Oh, that is such a tough landing because it's a blind landing.
It's blind. You're going forward. There's really nothing to spot except for the low bar, but it comes fast.
And we'll take a look. Good camera angle here.
But that routine is perfect up until the landing.
You know what? She looked like she was there. Was it just a matter of...
You got to open up. It's called opening up, but spotting that low bar or spotting somebody, they usually have somebody stand on the other side.
That's a tough way. It's so hard on your body, especially when it's such a unique landing. And we'll hope that she's okay.
And that's another thing with front landings. You have the chance of hurting your knees by kicking out or kicking open.
So the second rotation is now in the books. Taking a look, and we can't get much tighter score-wise. Both teams continuing a high level of performance through the second rotation.
Yeah, they're both hitting.
So we'll switch ends. Both teams will switch ends. We'll stay put. Third rotation when we come back. Don't you go anywhere. There's a good look from up top of the George Gervin Game Above Center on the campus of Eastern Michigan University. We have a tight meet through 2 rotations. Let's go ahead and take a look at how we got here. Second rotation. Eastern on the bars, Kent on the vault, and Kent just started strong and stayed strong, but so did Eastern. Both teams really raised their level of play. Let's take a look at the results. There you see Coach. Thought she might sneak into a uniform. How about Anna Grace McCullough on the bars?
She nailed her bar routine. I mean, they went 6 for 6, and Kent went 6 for 6. This is a tight meet right now. We've got Kent coming in on floor, ranked 21st in the nation, remember. I am excited to watch them compete.
Look, we knew Anna Grace McCullough had it in her. It was just a matter of coming back from that injury and getting consistent. Hayden Crossan, we weren't sure if we were going to see her. We did. How about, though, I don't want to call her a surprise, but Trinity Macy's performance, a 9-8.
Oh, yes. She looks better every single meet. She's getting better and better. This whole lineup is just really improving every meet.
And then, of course, what Eastern did to dominate the bars, Kent State
did
did on the vault.
Yeah.
Sipsis, and we perked tremendous scores. Kendall Gilbert, DeCavich. I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches right now.
I mean, we talked about that at the beginning of the meet. We've got a power team versus the finesse team. And so now we've got one of, EMU's biggest events right now, beam, and then Kent State's biggest event, floor. So this is going to be fun.
Strength versus strength right now.
Finesse versus strength.
Well, true. I was actually, okay. What I was trying to do, but you get what I was saying.
Yeah,
there.
I get you.
There is going to be a substitution, or more specifically, a new lineup for Eastern in the beam. As right there, you see that's a tough road to hoe for Kyrie Lowe. Again, that blind landing, we will not speculate, but it was deemed that she is not going to be able to go. So next gymnast in, Trinity Macy will bump up into low spot, and Katie Butler, who was scheduled to be on the exhibition line, her score will now count.
Now here we got our first athlete up, Cassie Bergen. The first gymnast up, we want to see a hit routine. So there's a lot of pressure for this first athlete. Usually you want your most consistent athlete up.
Getting ready for a tumbling pass here.
Back handspring layout, solid. And honestly, those leads, she arches her head. You see that arch and her head throw back. You're actually losing sight of the game. And And a front toss. I mean, she's hit every skill so far. And here she is with a unique dismount. Oh, and she's nailed the
Got
routine.
it. Well, you needed your best to start strong.
Yep, that's what you want.
Set the bar in air quotes high, and she did exactly that.
Nice routine.
Did this come down to the final athlete in the
Yes.
final rotation today?
Yes, and that's when it's a good meet. That's when it's really fun to watch.
Level of intensity has been very high, as has the level of execution. Here's Sarah Haxton. Watched her warm up to this meet. A little flirty, might be the way to put it. She's got some personality.
These floor routines have gotten so fun over the years. And with her first pass, 1.5 front layout. You
That was
see
pretty
Craig.
strong.
Craig, he coaches the floor. Now these leaps can be quite technical, and she got them all the way around.
This is where the performance angle of the sport comes out, right? You get to perform.
And you know, if you've ever tried to do a floor routine,
I
your
haven't in a
legs,
while.
your legs, by the end of this thing, you feel like you could just collapse.
Like you've been carrying a piano on your back.
Yes, slightly.
You can't let that pain show, though, can you?
No, these athletes are conditioned.
She just gave the corner a look to realize where she needs to set up for her final pass.
Second pass. And she ends with a double tuck. Oh, she stayed in. Nice first routine for Kent.
Pretty strong. Fun to watch.
That's what they want from both teams. Hit routines. Oh. Here we got senior Michaela Stuckey.
This ought to be interesting. My goodness. What flexibility.
She has a dancing background, so she
choreographs her own floor routine.
Yep.
Coach said I trust her that much.
Those full turns right there are kind of tricky sometimes. They'll get you.
Yep, you got to execute at least one.
You have to do a full turn requirement, and this is another requirement in a series back handspring layout. She has a little jump there, little flare.
That might be a good nickname for her. Little Flare.
Well, I rename things. Split jump, split 3/4, and those have improved those leaps. The judges are nitpicky, and they will take off if they are not 180. She also had to learn a new dismount.
Yes.
Side aerial
Oh,
stay.
she saved
Oh,
it.
she saved it and smiled. So she had to learn a new dismount because the requirements changed. They devalued some things. But yes, the requirement has changed, and you can no longer dismount with a B. So this dismount, this beginner full, is a C. Nice. And she stuck it.
For those that, again, aren't familiar, you know exactly what Kristen's talking about. For those that are not, the NCAA made some rule changes this year.
Every year they
Yep.
upgrade, they change it to make it more difficult.
And so she had to change her dismount.
Yeah,
had to
and
change her routine.
sometimes that changes the psyche of the whole routine. You're thinking, I gotta learn this new dismount over, the summer and come in and change things up, and she did a good job at it.
Rotation summaries, if you'd like to take a look at them. Feel free to highlight anything that stands out to you. Here's Olivia Amadei.
Now, some of these teams have gone to 2 passes instead of 3. And I talked to both coaches a little bit about that. There is strategy. The bodies don't take a lot of pounding when they're doing 3 passes. And then less deductions. And here we go.
Have to see the first one here.
Very difficult opening. Front layout to a Rudy. Very clean. She goes for a leap. all the way around. The judges look at your feet when you are doing those leaps, and if you are not all the way around, they will take a deduction.
Concentration on her face. She is locked in right now.
You know, Bryce talked about the history of Kent, and when they come in as athletes, they know to continue that tradition. Ending with a double tuck. Nice.
Wow, strong.
Yeah, they make it look easy. I asked Bryce to spill the beans on how they train, and he wouldn't do it, so.
You got to work him a little harder than that. Maybe a trip to Swenson's.
I don't
Grab
know.
him a couple of burgers and some onion rings.
I just want to know their secret sauce.
You can get that at Swenson's, or you want to know Bryce's secret
I
sauce?
want to know his secret sauce. Like, man,
Okay.
they make it look easy. They're conditioned. They hit, you know, every girl usually hits, consistent. And they have a lot of difficulty.
Trinity Macy, step up.
Filling in.
Help pick up your teammate. Again, when she works over the course of the week, she knows, she takes her attitude, her performance, Coach was telling me this, to a different level come meet time.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get in that mode in practice. I used to have a problem with that as well.
She's just got a little sass to her,
Yeah.
doesn't she?
She's been a great addition to EMU. And lucky we have her for another year. Oh, those aerials. Oh, she covered it though.
She
a little
said,
bit.
was that a little bit of a cover-up?
Yeah. And
As a
that's-
judge, though, you notice that, though, right?
Yeah.
Or does that deke you a bit?
I mean, she covered it well. Those leaps were a little low. I mean, again, I don't have the perfect angle, but she's still hitting this routine. And she's going to do a round off, 1.5 dismount. Oh, that's the
Got
best
it.
one I've seen her do.
Got
that
it.
dismount was
You know what?
on.
I think
So
we
she
can-
made up for it.
I think we can nickname her Bright Lights, because she just knows when they're shining brighter, she
I think
raises
she
her
needs
level.
that. Yeah, she needs that pressure, and some athletes like that. They thrive off of it. And so that's actually a good quality to have as an athlete.
So we'll move back over to the floor. Miss Kennedy. See her season high, 9.875.
Yeah, it's a high season high.
Sure she doesn't step out of bounds, but she is
I know.
right on
I've
the
done
edge
that
of the
before.
tape.
Clean double pike.
Coach likes it.
Oh, this
Cue
is-
up Seven Nation
I
Army.
know.
Here we go.
This is some good stuff here. You see her teammates just getting into it. I love it. And right into her leaps. Again, really clean leaps, really high amplitude.
Tell you what, when you see the judge smiling, I think you could probably count on having a pretty solid routine so far.
Yeah, and she's gonna do a two-pass routine too. Clean. Front layout, full. Oh, I lied. She's going for 3 passes.
Look
Here we
at
go.
this.
This is 3rd pass.
Chips all in.
Double tuck. Nice.
Yep.
So she just nailed a 3-pass routine.
Ace high, she went all in with a 3rd tumbling pass, and
Yeah.
it paid off.
It did. I'm so used to these 2-pass routines now. She caught me off guard.
From my early experience with you, that's tough to do.
Yeah, it happens.
Touche. All right, back to the bar.
You mean the beam?
Pardon me, the beam, excuse me.
It's okay. You know, it looks kind of like a bar. Sometimes.
Jim Turnett, have fun with that one. I just opened the door for you.
It's all right. I'll let it slide.
I appreciate your...
Look, we're going to do the fantasy league together. Remember the fantasy gym league? We're joining this. We're going to do it together. We're going to pick our gymnast. There is
Greg
a fantasy
Steiner said he was in on this too.
Yeah.
Did he not before we started the broadcast?
I think it's time we all sign up. We got, looks like Hayden up.
Yep.
Hayden Crossan.
Trying to stay locked in, waiting for the go-ahead. Trinity Macy, a 9.55.
You know, they took off for her leaps. And you know, those for me were so hard. The flipping and the, you know, all that stuff is so much more easy to do sometimes, which looks harder, but these leaps, they're so technical. You're twisting. Here she sets up for her back handspring layout, her series, which is the requirement. Nice. And again, the full turn. Oh, see, that finished on releve, which is actually how it's supposed to be done. And I love this skill here. It's a front toss. Absolutely on. She's on today.
That was brute strength.
Yeah.
Shock absorbers in her knees.
Well, and your toes grip that beam. Again, perfect leaps. And here she sets up for her dismount.
She's on par for a strong score. She nails this.
Oh, yeah.
She did.
Great routine. Great routine. Great job. We're heading into the back half of the lineup.
All smiles, and deservedly so. Move back over to the floor. This is Grace Wary. She's getting out of the tumbling blocks early.
Double pike. High in the air. Did you see how high that was?
Coach liked it. He was right in front of us and smacked his hands together. He might have heard it over a microphone.
See those leaps? All the way up. This whole entire team. I'm trying to know their secrets. Taking a couple breaths here.
I was going to say, regrouping.
Yeah, these routines, I got winded. I'm telling you.
Well, you set your music, right? You set your pace in this event.
Yeah, you know, here we go for our second Kimberly press. And a half that layout.
Coach liked it.
Oh, she's making this routine. There's
Megan
nothing.
put his hands together, and actually, I think the corners of his mouth curled up a bit. He smiled. This seems like a measured routine right now. Is that a good description of it?
Here we go. Oh, another 3-pass routine. Double top. Look, she even rebounded out of that a little. I mean, they make it look so easy. High fives all around. It's like another day at work.
Up next for Eastern, taking a peek here. It should be Raisa Boris. We'll wait and see.
Yep, it is.
Yes.
And she does an interesting beam series. She does 3 elements, which actually makes it a ton harder. Handspring, back handspring, layout, step out, right on.
She's smiling. She knows she nailed it.
Full turn. And those leaps again. She got it. And all she needs to do is stick her dismount. She also does another round off, 1.5. Oh, she got it.
Coach
Nice.
likes it.
Yeah, that was a nice set.
All right,
They are
Raisa.
hitting. Both
Yep.
these teams are hitting. It's like back and forth. I'm going to check out the scores here.
It was tight through the first rotation. It was extremely tight through the second. I kind of get the feeling that neither's going to be able to really pull away right now as you take a look.
Here we got Rachel coming up for Kent State. Rachel DeCavich. Again, they're all-arounder.
Number 3 in the conference in the all-around.
I want you to check out this opening mount. This first pass is a double Arabian, one of the most difficult mounts in the country right now. Forward-facing landing. It'll be exciting because it's right in the corner.
Music even has a little bit of a Middle Eastern flair to it, doesn't it?
Yes, this is intense. Here we go, double Arabian.
Deep breath. She's eyeing her target in the near corner. She's going to come right at you, folks.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yep, and she added some flair. There's that word again, flair. Stag leap right out.
How often when you nail that first pass, does that just make the rest of the routine easy?
I mean, it's like a relief that you gotta go with. She does a 2-pass routine. And her second pass is very difficult as well.
The rest of the teammates know her routine as well.
It's like a party out there on the floor. So yeah, you wanna catch your breath for this one, because this is a front tuck through to a double back.
Oh,
and out of bounds. A
You
fall.
remember-
Oh my goodness, that's tough.
So you know, I just told you, your legs feel dead is a nice routine. Her legs just got under her on that double back, and that she was.
And that is not something you see very often from Rachel DeCavich.
She's usually pretty consistent. I mean, same face though from Bryce.
Well, that was tough. And
Oh,
you
here's
feel
a-
tough for her, but there may be more than a slight opening now for Eastern Michigan.
Well, here we got Ella. She is our beam queen. She is at the top of the MAC right now, leading everyone on this event. And she also does this triple series. Oh, just magic. Front air reel, back handspring layout, step out, right on. She makes this event look just too easy. She's got her leaps right here. Nice, all the way up.
She is a combination of power and grace at the same time.
She's another Michigander. She's here. She's from Michigan. And local athlete. Oh, that needs to go, like, just give her a 10. I know they won't. I know they won't, but look at Katie there. She is happy. That was a nice beam set from EMU.
Well, Eastern Michigan, knowing that you have very, very few opportunities, and when you get an opening, especially against a team like Kent State, you've got to take advantage of it. Well, Chamati just did as we move back over to the floor. This is going to be Alyssa Guns.
Yeah, I believe she was the MAC Specialist of the Week.
She was back on Tuesday. She won both events she competed in against Ball State. Season high, a 9.925 on the floor. Second team all conference a season ago. This is the first we're seeing of her here this afternoon. Come right into your living room.
Again, another front layout. Rudy, Craig's happy about that. I love how their coaches just get into it. It builds on the energy.
Oh, the facial expressions as well.
You know, they've already had a fall, so we've got to get a hit.
Yep.
They've got to get a hit.
Her dance element has been unique. She has a very unique routine.
Yeah, she likes to dance, you can tell.
Lining up her pass.
Here we go. Nice double
Oh,
pike.
my, not even a half a step.
Oh, yeah.
She knows
That
it.
was, she might get another 9-9 on that.
Well, they needed a hit,
Yeah, they needed a hit.
and she provided it.
We talked about the 6 athletes up, 5 scores count, so it's really important to get 5 hit routines.
So back to the beam. Katie Butler being pressed into service here. It was originally scheduled to be an exhibition. She's on it now.
Here we have a front toss. Oh, that was nice.
She was warming up just in front of us. I looked over and she gave me a smile. She'd been working on that in particular.
Yeah, right over here on the boat. Nice switch half. Again, requirements to do leaps. And here is her series. It's a little different. Aerial. So aerials are really hard to do. Yeah, it's a side skill. You hear Kent screaming, probably another good score there. Oh, she actually had to go up and repeat because it's part of her series.
Yeah.
So she didn't do that. She wouldn't fulfill a requirement, so she had to go back up and repeat the aerial.
Just a tremendous amount of pressure. All of a sudden, literally what you get.
Gainer dismount.
Okay. You get all of about a 15-second warning. Hey, you're getting bumped up. Your score will count.
Well, she's actually an exhibition.
Oh, holy cow. Alyssa Guns, a 9.925
I
on
just
that
told
last
you,
floor.
did I not call it?
Tremendous.
I guess I could judge next.
Well, if you want to make some supplemental income, just make sure you get a wireless headset so you can help call the meet with me while you're doing both.
Sounds like fun. I can do both. This is an exhibition routine, I believe.
Yep, it's Cheyenne Pratola. Tola from Crystal Lake. Competed at the Legacy Elite Academy.
Here we go for a first pass. Ooh. Just a little off on her
wait a
routine.
minute.
Isn't this announced?
This is Zoe Rankin. My apologies.
Pretty leaps. A little bit more of an intense routine. But very pretty dance. You can tell the difference between the last routine and this routine. It's just a preference for the athlete. Oh, and you know, that's a very difficult tumbling pass.
Quickly have to gather yourself in this situation and finish as strong as you can.
Yeah, I mean, that's why she's in the exhibition spot.
Very elegant.
Yes. She'll get it. You know, just go back in the gym and
We are through 3. We've got one more left to go. Don't you go anywhere. Coach, do you have any eligibility left? We'll wait and see. It's a tight one here at UFC. Welcome you back. Good look high atop the George Gervin Game Above Center. Let's take a look at the highlights from the third rotation. You can't get much tighter than that
awesome.
score. It's going to come down potentially to the last athlete in the last event. Eastern Michigan, and that's just a tremendous beam performance right there.
I told you they were a bars and beam team, and you know, Kent went out and hit as well. This is like a gym nerd's fantasy right here.
You saw Alyssa Guns there for Kent State with a tremendous floor routine, and they needed it with the uncharacteristic mistake falling out of bounds by Dukavich. And you take a look at the beam results, and Chamati with a 9.9 crossing, and Boris both on her heels with a 9.825. But it's going to come down to the floor. You've got to have strong performances. Likewise for Kent State, they're going over to the beam. They cannot afford to give an opening. You know, with the meet on the line, as we'll take a look at the floor results, and clearly the performance of the day was Alyssa Guns. What a job. MAC Specialist of the Week last week on Tuesday. Won both of her events against Ball State, and she stepped up big.
This is getting good. This is an awesome meet right now.
So we've got a couple minutes here as both teams trying to regroup, regather. Well, what an afternoon. Brent Balbinot alongside now Kristen Borg. You saw some highlights. Well, you saw pictures of her during her time from 2000 to 2004. She hasn't missed a step. She looks like she could be, what, a fifth-year senior, ladies and gentlemen.
I was a fifth-year senior. Don't know how I did it. I'm ready to go for 6.
I'll let you fill out the paperwork before we leave. I may be calling her next week. We'll wait and see if she can get it expedited.
I got this.
Look, either way, this is the position you want to find yourself in as you head into the last event. So, without putting too much pressure on yourself, how do you treat this like just another event?
Well, I mean, they both probably feel the pressure. Beam is very hard to end on. Floor, you've got, more energy. You want to finish. You want to land on your feet. Oh, this is getting so excited I can't contain myself. I'm sorry.
Let's take a look at your current conference standings. Right now, it's Ball State's world, and everybody is living in it. Western Michigan, I don't want to say a surprise, but 3-1 looking strong. Then you see Central, Northern, Kent. Eastern Michigan is better than an 0-2 record in conference competition. As a matter of fact, the last 2 meets, Coach simply said, woulda, coulda, shoulda. But you're only as good as your last performance. And right now, you perform strong across the board on the floor, and you've got a real shot at taking this one. Let's take a look at the lineups here. And it looks like we're getting a look for Kent State on the beam. Zoe Rankin is going to start it off, followed by Haxton, Wyrick, Guns, Dukavich, and Klein. And then for Eastern on the floor, see them pumping each other up here. Chamati will start us off. Low, Trinity Macy, Anna Grace McCullough, Hayden Crossan, and Raisa Boris.
I believe they might be taking Kyrie off the floor.
Yeah, I was going to say that probably won't be happening. So if that's the case, Michaela Stuckey is next on the list. Good catch there, as Kyrie Lowe did not perform on the beam after looking like she injured herself in the final routine for Eastern's bars.
And that's why those exhibition spots are so important. In case someone goes down, you've got an athlete already prepared to go in.
You get a good look at Coach Biggin. Stoic, Rock of Gibraltar. On the flip side, Coach Minnesota, she's out, she's dancing. Half the time she's doing her own athletes' routines off on the side.
Yeah, I asked her about that. She has to do it. I mean, if I was coaching, I have to dance too.
She's wired that way, right?
Yeah, and Bryce is just different. She remains calm.
I just saw Coach Minnesota walk up to McCullough, and we're going to update the floor lineup here. And as expected, Michaela Stuckey now in that spot.
And here we go on beam.
Coach going over to each of her athletes there. Coach Minnesota trying to keep them loose, but Kent State will start us on the beam, and this is Zoe Rankin.
Here she sets up for her series. Handspring layout right on. See the coach in the background chewing a lot of gum?
Yes.
That's what I would be doing too. Those leaps move perfect almost.
Deep breath.
I know. It's that aerial. You go sideways, you're twisting and turning. And here she sets up her dismount.
She's going to use the entire beam.
Does a round off. Double full.
She saved it.
Yeah.
She saved it.
That was a great start for Kent State. This is going to be down to the wire.
It may be down to the very final performance.
Oh, yeah.
In which case, no pressure, right?
No pressure. I mean, as an athlete, you don't really, there's so much going on. You don't even, there's no time to even look at the scores. You don't really know what's going on. You just know you have to go up and hit.
Ayla Chamati knows she needs to come up and hit right now, and she's going to start off the Eagles on the floor.
Here she opens with a double pike. Nice. And she's one of those athletes that they actually took her down to a 2-pass routine from a 3-pass routine. She was getting too much deduction in her second pass. So this is some new choreography we got going on over here. They filled in her tumble with some choreography. Check out these leaps. Oh, that was a hard leap pass. Getting down now.
That was my color announcer.
Oh, sorry, I was dancing too.
Stay in your seat.
Sorry.
I don't have to catch you.
Here you go.
She
Last
has
pass.
transition. She just gave coach a little bit of a wink.
Let's stay on our feet. Let's go. Oh, nice. This is the best routine I've seen her do. Good job, Ella.
Well, it's coming down to the final performances for both teams, and for each respective squad, they have started strong. Chamati for Eastern on the floor, Rankin for Kent State on the beam. Up next, it will be Sarah Haxton.
You know, I talked to Bryce about this kind of situation. He told me, and this is across the board with every coach, you want to see both teams hit, and you don't want to see a team fall. You want to get your win from somebody hitting, everybody hitting. You
want to win it rather than the opposition lose it.
Correct.
I'm in your head. A 9.775 for Rankin to open up Kent State on the beam.
Remember, these ladies at Kent State, they've got MAC championships coming to their gym.
Yes.
And so we only got a couple meets out until that championship. And they've never lost a championship at home.
All right, now they're trying to win on the road here and get above 500 in conference competition.
Really pretty leaps there.
Lining things up.
Here we go again. She does a front dismount, front tuck goal.
Little hot, but still pretty good.
Hit routine. So it's going to go back and forth. It's getting more intense.
Pressure stays on.
I know I'm hitting my refresh screen here. See who scores.
Bright lights. They're now shining on bright lights. Trinity Macy.
Yeah, I believe she's the fill-in.
9.675, her season high. Has she got that, or maybe even a little something better in her? Meet on the line. We'll see what she has in store.
She does a fun opening here of a Rudy back layout. She got it.
That looks pretty seamless.
Again, she's filling in. I mean, she filled in on beam as well. And now this is her third event. Oh, she stayed in there.
Yep.
Sometimes if your punch is off, you kind of send you out of bounds. Catching her breath here in the corner. She's going to go for a third pass.
Looks like it. This could be big.
Here we go.
Right into your living room, folks.
Another Rudy, and that is the cleanest routine I've seen her do. She will definitely go higher. Nice work.
She may have just saved her best for last, but we're going to take an educated guess and say she has a new season high.
I kind of jumped the gun on that, you know.
Well, we'll let all Gymternet emails go to you in particular. How's that?
Don't send me the email, send them to Brent.
I prefer to fly under the radar. Here's Grace Wyrie.
Chest a little bit low in that split three-quarter. She goes for a series.
Well, like you said, you hate to see that.
Yeah.
This is where the mental part of it now kicks in. You can kick yourself later, but you have to stay locked in, don't you?
Mm-hmm. You got to finish up this routine and still hit because you don't know what's coming after you. Nice front toss, though. And here she goes for her dismount.
See off to the left, Alyssa Guns warming up.
Oh,
nice boy,
finish.
she stuck it.
Yeah, unfortunate with that series.
Well, again, the door may be opened just a little bit here now, but if you are Eastern, you have to continue to hit.
Yeah, and you can, as an athlete, you can kind of see that in the corner of your eye, but you try to stay focused on your event.
Yes.
Here we go with Michaela Stuckey, and she actually choreographed her own routine.
She does. She's been a competitive dancer for most of her career, and Coach trusts her to go ahead and do it. She has a unique floor routine. Very powerful even in her dance moves. Congratulations to Trinity Macy, a 9.75.
9.725.
7.25, excuse me.
I called that.
Oh, now all of a sudden you're bowing your neck a little bit. Appreciate it. Everybody locking in now on Michaela Stuckey. She's getting ready to take a tumbling pass.
Yeah. She does a different routine. She starts with leaps, and then she goes into her first pass.
Deep breath.
1.5 front way out. Oh, yeah. And one out, she had a little bit of a problem with that.
Big smile to Coach as she spins out of it and continues her routine. And now you see a little bit more flair.
Well,
you feel it when you nail it.
We've got a double pike coming up here.
And we'll see if she's feeling her second pass.
Get to her feet. Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Talk about knees for shock absorbers.
Beautiful routine.
And she knew it.
Yeah, I would scream, but I'm on mic. That was great.
Boy, both teams started strong in the very first rotation. There
That's
you
awesome.
go. That's
like
a little
that.
throwback. Doesn't look any older now, does she? Babyface. Both teams started strong. Both teams have continued a progressive arc. Their competition level and their performance has matched it, and here is Alyssa Guns. Coach just kind of gave me a yeah, we know it.
It's getting good here, folks. Setting up for a series here.
We cannot see the score monitor for the floor, but whatever it was for Michaela Stuckey, they are loving it.
Good job by the beam athlete over there, Alyssa. Getting through her routine.
Oh, she stuck that as well.
Man,
Boy, she's only competed in 2 events so far this afternoon, but she is fun to watch.
Yeah. She is definitely their bar or beam and floor specialist.
And she's having a little fun too. Still waiting to confirm the floor score.
Here we go with AG.
Anna Grace McCullough. You see the power, the lines, tremendous grace. Just still trying to come back from injury early this season.
Yeah, this
Consistency has been the main thing for her.
Yes, this first pass, one of the most difficult in the NCAA.
Here you see Maylee Vanderbeek right behind her.
Front layout,
Wow.
front double full, and she got it today. Beautiful.
Smiles a little bit wider now.
She is another one that does a 2-pass routine, but she has to show that she goes backwards as she flips. So she throws in a little layout here, you'll see. Right here. So you can't just do forward flips, front tucks. You have to go backwards as well.
The entire team doing the routine along with her on the side of the mat.
And she'll finish off with another difficult pass, which most people open with, but she's going to finish off with a front layout. Rudy. Oh, gosh, they're hitting. Oh, nice.
Tremendous.
Yeah, they're peaking right perfectly for their season.
This is so close.
They're going to get their...
How would you love to be the last in the final rotation for each of your teams?
This is, oh, Michaela Stuckey went 9.875.
9.875 for Michaela Stuckey. And Anna Grace.
That might be a career high.
Well, let's see here. On the floor, Michaela Stuckey last week had a 9.75.
Well, it's definitely a season high.
Yep.
I don't know about a career high, but this is an awesome, stellar rotation for the Eagles.
Go back to the beam here. Rachel Tukavich. This is Tukavich. Yes.
Nice back handspring layout. Another front pass. I've seen a lot of those lately from both teams. And a back handspring gainer full.
Stuck it.
Yeah.
That's a measure of redemption after
Look at Bryce there.
being really upset with herself
That's
after her floor routine.
Yeah, and that's a lot of pressure because she had to go up and hit after a fall. So,
well, that's what you expect from your best, right?
yeah.
So up next on the floor, Hayden Crossan.
Okay, I'm a fangirl here too. I love Hayden's floor routine. She's got my favorite floor
You want
routine.
to get autographs? I'll give you my pen after the
selfies maybe.
match here.
I'm gonna go for the selfies.
Of course,
Give me
we're living in a
selfie stick.
digital age, I forgot.
No autographs, just a picture, please.
She's going to
There we
start
go.
with an early tumbling pass here.
Front layout full. Oh, clean. They're on today. I called this. I even told Katie. I was like, this is gonna happen. I know it. You see that swagger? Awesome leaps and amplitude.
I was screened out, but it looks like Tukavich got a strong score on the beam.
Both teams. This is down to the wire.
This is nip and tuck.
I know. I'm trying to refresh my scores. Like, here she goes, a 2-pass routine again. Another athlete that she took out the 3rd pass from last season.
Coach Minnesota is doing some squats right in front of us here.
She's gonna end with a double tuck. Look at that height.
She stayed in bounds.
saved it.
She stayed in bounds.
That's the fight you want to see from your athletes at this late of the season. Oh, her leaps are so nice. High amplitude, clean. Ah, love it.
Both squads saving their best for the very last here this afternoon.
My heart is racing for both teams.
over to Beam, and if our lineup is correct, this should be Cammie Klein. See her season high, very good, 9.825, but her Beam average just above 9.4.
Nice one's getting way out there. Switch leap, split three-quarter.
Oh, strong toes.
Those leaps, I tell you, they're, when you're twisting, you think that they're easy, they're not. And again, the aerial, she nailed that aerial. That's probably the best one that night. And gainer pull.
Wow.
Made that look easy. I know, this is getting good.
It already is. It's getting better.
I keep saying it. I can't stop. Okay.
Well, so far, I'm going to guess that Coach Minnesota will tell us this is the best performance all around that Eastern's put up so far this season.
Yeah, for sure. This is going to be their highest.
And they're going to need it because Kent is matching them literally punch for punch. Marisa Boris.
Their anchor. She is one of the top flow workers in the match. Here we go with the double pike. Easy. Also the yellow around on the line, but as she goes for a second pass, she does 3 passes.
She's got Anna Grace McCullough in her ear.
1.5-foot layout. I tell you what, this athlete is so consistent. To only miss one routine all season, and that was at the start of the season, and going up every meet and hitting. Look at those leaps. She's winding out for her last morning pass, which is a double tuck.
Put it all on the line right here.
This is when your legs feel heavy.
Nail this, and you've got an excellent shot at getting your first win of the season.
Oh,
and
nice.
she just did.
Oh, nice. She made that look easy too.
You nail that, and all of a sudden the adrenaline kicks in, right? You really feel a thing.
Oh, look at that smile, yeah. This is what she does every day in practice. This team is pumped.
We're being told she needs a minimum of a 9.6 for Eastern to be able to seal the meet. It would be their first conference win. It would be their first win of the season. And one last routine on the beam for Kent State. This is Maya Miore.
Nice leaps there. Strategy quarter. See, she wears beam shoes.
What's the benefit there?
You know, I tried that once. My feet were kind of sweaty, and so to stick. Sorry.
And that was a little too much information. I was about to say thanks for sharing.
I mean,
but does it give you any grip? Is
yeah,
it just a mental
so there's
thing?
like plastic kind of coating, and sometimes I stuck a heel pad, like if your heels are bruised or anything like that. But it could just be what she prefers.
I was going to say, just a matter of preference.
Yeah, I mean, and there, like I said, it helps some athletes if they have sweaty feet.
Finishes with her dismounts, a little bit of a step.
Awesome job today. Both teams, nobody had to kind of fall today. They hit, both teams hit. This is what you want. I keep refreshing. I need to know who won.
Waiting for the last of it here.
I
The
know.
scores you see
oh,
right now.
9-9 from Raisa Boris on floor.
Now that we're waiting to confirm. We were told 9.6 was what was the minimum score needed, but I don't think that's going to be enough for Eastern.
No, I don't think so, but this is definitely going to be their highest team total all season already without the last score put up.
Well, what we're going to do is take a break. The final tallies are coming up here. It is nip and tuck at the George Gervin game above center. Don't you go anywhere. We'll have a winner when we come back. And there you get one more look from atop the George Gervin game above center. I don't know how much tighter you could possibly get here this afternoon. Both programs with high-level performances here this afternoon, but Kent State ekes it out with the victory. They now go a meet above or a win above 500 in the Mid-American Conference standings. Eastern Michigan still looking for that elusive first win in conference play, but my goodness.
Oh, they're so close, and it was such a good meet.
It was tremendous. Both teams can hold their heads high here, can they not?
Oh, they didn't have to kind of fall. They hit their routines. And, you know, Eastern, this is the highest score they've had all season.
Taking a look at how Eastern killed it on the bars today. And good to see Anna Grace McCullough get back up there. She's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride. She and Hayden Crossan leading, what is that, a 4-pack of Eagles with the best scores on that event.
They're a bar team. They're also a beam team. Oh.
Vaults, well, Kent State pretty much ran away with it there. My goodness. Sipsis in particular, along with Wienpert. Gilbert was one that I know you were really anxious to see.
Yeah.
But yet she's got two teammates that scored better. That's just an embarrassment, an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah. Like I said, I called it in the beginning, power team versus the finesse team.
You hadn't noticed, she called a lot of things today, folks. On the balance beam, Shamati and DeCavich with both 9.9s. And
No
again,
surprise.
Kent State, they came up big with the meat on the line because they needed solid performances in the beam, or else Eastern was going to slip past them. And you just tip your cap to the Golden Flashes today if you're Eastern Michigan, don't you?
Man, yeah, that's a lot of pressure to end on beam and to go up and nail those sets.
Two of the best floor performances we've seen all season long, not barring any competition. Alyssa Guns and Raisa Boris, they were fun to watch today.
Oh, man, they might have put up their season high on floor. We'll have to double check that, but wow, what a meet.
So if you are Kent State, you get back on the winning track knowing that you're going to be hosting the conference championships. I know, and there's Raisa Boris. That's the back of her. Trust us, ladies and gentlemen. She is the all-around winner this afternoon. We'll take a look at how she got to a 39-2, and she started off very strong on the vault. Tremendous job on the bars. I'll let you call what you're seeing here on the beam.
Oh, yeah, a round of 1.5. She nailed it. Very consistent. Here we go again on floor. she just is a rock for this team. So impressive.
And you can see your team huddling around her.
Yeah, they have neither team has nothing to be disappointed about. Awesome, awesome meet for both teams.
Dukavich was nipping at her heels. There's a reason that one is number 2, that would be Boris, and one is number 3, Dukavich, in the all-around in the Mid-American Conference. So they're going to go head-to-head with each other again in a few weeks.
It's going to be interesting. Can't wait.
So before we get to there, we're not going to leapfrog the last of the schedule. And for Kent State, you take a look at it. Ohio State, March 5th. For Eastern, it's going to be a Friday meet. It's against Michigan State and Long Island. That is going to be an interesting one as well. Michigan State, one of the best in the Big Ten, as well as, of course, the country.
I was going to say, in the country, Michigan State has really risen in the last couple of years.
And the fact that you get to have them on your home turf. You don't have to make the drive to East Lansing. Look, if you are a gymnast rat or a gym rat, as my partner is here, gym nerd, this would be a place that you would want to be on Friday afternoon, March 3rd.
Unfortunately, I will not be here. I'll be in the south enjoying my warm weather. But, yeah, this is going to be an awesome meet to watch.
Take a look at the final scores. You can't get much closer. Just an eyelash, but Kent State holds off Eastern Michigan here on a Sunday afternoon, and just a tremendous meet. Both teams can hold their heads high, as you mentioned. A lot to build on going into the final couple weeks.
For sure. This is going to be an awesome MAC championships.
So that's going to do it for our broadcast this afternoon. Red, appreciate you throwing on the headsets and coming back and making all of our lives just a little bit sunnier. Thanks for your help today.
No problem. I'm sad this is over. Maybe we can do it again sometime.
We'll have to check on that. So for Kristen Borg and our entire ESPN staff, I'm Brent Balbinot saying so long from Ypsilanti, Michigan. It's our final score there. Kent State holds off Eastern Michigan by an eyelash. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.